Today, we will be talking about the sport fencing. The origins. The first time it was played was between the 17th century and the 19th century on Europe. Its roots are in the development of swordsmanship for duels and self-defense, but it is believed to have originated in Spain, as well as the most of the prominent fencing books were written in Spain. Number of players. It only has two players who compete against each other to fight in a duel or a swords duel. Prominent figures. Just a few people practice fencing in Mexico, but in 2018, the most recent event, Natalie de la Luz Michel Silva won silver in the Caribe and Central America Games, which were hosted in Barranquilla. In the previous ones, she won gold, which were in 2010 and 2014. In the Olympic Games of Rio in 2016, Daniel Garosso, Italian, won gold on the male category, and on the female category, Ina Deriglasova, Russian, won gold. Type of field or court. It is called strip or piste. Its measures are roughly 14 by 2 meters. The last 2 meters on each end has a hash mark to warn the other fencer when he or she reaches the limit. If he or she trespasses the limit, he or she will get a point against them. Basic rules. I'll give 5 basic rules of fencing. Fencing competitors must wear the necessary proper equipment, which includes a face mask, a fencing jacket, a pair of fencing boots, a pair of fencing pants to protect the legs, and a fencing glove, which has a very specific way to be held so you can hold the sword properly. Rule number 2. Fencing utilizes a simple scoring system, awarding 1 point for each time a fencer touches his opponent with his weapon, of course. Depending on the mode of the sport, it is up to 5 touches to win. Rule number 3. The fencer must touch his opponent or her opponent in a approved target zone of the body to register a point. If it's not a approved zone of the body, the fencer won't get the point, or he or she will get punished by a point against them because it is a sensitive spot of the body for the other person. Rule number 4. The fencer must attack only with one hand, and if you attack with both of your hands, then you will get a point against you. Would be all for the exposition, but I have some thoughts on the sport. I think you might like those. I don't think it is a very difficult sport in terms of rules, because the rules are very simple and straight to the point. But it would be very difficult to practice because you have to read your opponent's movement so you don't get trapped in their attack and lost, right? And you have to have very high speed reflexes so you can get the hand of things.